Greetings, hi, how are you? So today I just wanted to make a slight follow-up video to a video that I made recently, which was the Remo Silentstroke and Zildjian L80 low volume setup. I did a review on them, and Zildjian actually got back to me within about a week of that. They sent me a long comment back talking about the things I talked about, and they addressed some of the issues I had. So I wanted to say before I get into this, because I'm going to do an updated sort of review, I wanted to just say that Zildjian is great. They got back to me instantly with the most respect ever. They got back to me, addressed my concerns, and offered some solutions to the problems I had. So I wanted to discuss what they said and give a slightly different outlook on these cymbals now that I hear back and now that I learned a little bit more about the cymbals that I didn't know going in. So this just happened recently, like very recently, around the time that I made the video. But Zildjian actually didn't just listen to me, they listened to hundreds of feedback saying that they wanted like more options. That was something that was a key thing in what I talked about in my review. I don't know if you watched the review, but in the review I had said this: there is no options for them, so you can only get a few packs. Like, I was only able to buy this pack. They don't sell this cymbal individually, they don't sell this cymbal individually. You have to buy them in a pack. And while that's cool and all, what if I had a big drum kit and I didn't want 3 cymbals? What if I didn't want that? What if I wanted like a 20-inch ride and an 18-inch crash? So after my constructive criticism about the size of the cymbals and how they only come in packages, Zildjian actually, like I said, just made them separate. So now they added a 20-inch ride, they added a 10-inch splash, which are 2 of the cymbals that I talked about. They made the crash ride, which I have over here, if you could see, it's like kind of peeking right there. They made that like you could buy it just that, and they did the same with the 16-inch crash. And if you look at me looking, I'm actually looking at what they said. You can now buy them all exclusively. They're not expensive either. Like the 20-inch ride cymbal, I'm gonna click on it now. The 20-inch ride cymbal is $150. That's not terrible. That's like the price of a ZBT cymbal. So that's not that bad, because I'm sure these are made out of a similar alloy. So that's a huge plus. That's something I am so happy they did, because though it's not going to change my kit, because I'm on a small kit, the 18-inch works as my ride. That was just something I would say for everyone. That was, in my opinion, something they should add. But I'm very glad they did that, because in the future, if I did want to add another cymbal to this kit, I now have the freedom to do so, and I think that is absolutely awesome. So the next thing Zildjian addressed in the video was the stick definition and the stick attack of these cymbals. So here's the 16-inch crash that I said had the worst stick definition, or technically best stick definition. And what they had said is the reason why they did this was because a lot of people using the Zildjian L80s are in an educational environment, and the instructors want their students to hear stick definition. Now that's something I didn't talk about at all in the video, and something I should have acknowledged, because I knew that that is the case. That makes a lot of sense. I guess from my stance why I reviewed it like that is because I don't play in an educational environment. I mean, I do practice, and it's good for me to hear those things, but I play more of casually because this is the only kit I can use in my townhouse. So I would have wanted something with less of that stick attack. But what Zildjian said as a solution, and it's something I actually did talk about in the video, is that the Gen 16s offer a bit less of that stick definition, and they're also buffed, which is something I also addressed, which is the last thing I want to talk about out of the comment they made. Zildjian actually, in my video, I said this about the finish of these cymbals. I'm going to roll that clip now. I don't like that these are more of a traditional finish. And if you get up close and look at them, which I don't think you could see here, it's almost like these were sanded. This isn't like a traditional finish. Like, if you get to see these up close, maybe I'll have a video of zooming in up a little bit closer, but these are more like a sparkle. I don't know how to describe it. It's like these were sanded almost. I would have liked to have seen them made the way the Gen 16s were made, wherein they were like buffed. I would have loved to have seen that, because this look is just ugly. They get really dirty in my opinion. Like, I had black sticks, and you could see every frickin' mark from those black sticks on these already, and I've only had them for like a month. So as you could tell, my opinion about the look of these wasn't too strong. But Zildjian commented right back and gave me the reason it is that way. So I was right in one regard, in that these cymbals are traditional finished, but they are sandblasted. I had said they're sanded. These were actually sandblasted. The same process kind of used in the Meinl vintage series of cymbals, the Benny Greb cymbals, if you know what they are. So what that does to these cymbals is it makes them a little more quiet than usual. That's why the Gen 16s in the buffed, they're a little bit louder. That's because these are sanded and they kind of mute the volume a little bit more. So you could practice at lower frequencies with these, and the sustain is perfect for practicing on these. So that was Zildjian's comment, and I am so happy that they commented back. I can't believe it. Zildjian is an excellent company. And I also wanted to say this. In my video I had said that Zildjian, I'm not a big fan of Zildjian. And it's not that I'm not a big fan of Zildjian. I love their cymbals, they're good cymbals. It's just, it's not my personal preference, I guess. And we all have personal preferences. It's like different flavors of ice cream. So when I said I didn't like Zildjian, there's a lot I love about Zildjian, and as I said, they made my favorite innovation in the world, which is this. So there's a lot I could thank Zildjian for. They're the first cymbal company. They're a phenomenal cymbal company. Their customer service is through the roof. It wasn't even, what is it? I posted this video January 6th, and today is, I think, the 12th. They got back to me within 6 days. That's unbelievable. I applaud them so much for that. So I just wanted to do this little follow-up review of them and say that I learned a little bit from what they commented, and I'm glad they actually listened to some of the feedback they got by adding new cymbals. So that's something, and that's the process that I was talking about. I was never complaining, I was just giving my constructive criticism, and they listened to a lot of people's criticism, and they added more cymbals. So that's getting the ball rolling on the future of these amazing products. I'm so happy they did that, and I'm so happy that the future for these cymbals is looking so awesome. So keep it up, Zildjian, because these cymbals are phenomenal, and I'm glad they exist, and I'm glad to see that you're going to take that innovation one step further. So that's my updated review. I hope you enjoy it. If you did, please leave a like on the video, and please subscribe if you're interested, and have a good day.